We're going to make a quick tutorial about creating a permit. So the first thing you have to do is you have to choose the permits icon and then choose create permit. When we enter the permit window, see it says create permit. We also have the search feature which is available, which lets you look for anything that meets the criteria that you put in there. It could be any field or any information inside of the permit record would come up through that search feature. So I wanted to point out that anything that's starred is a required field. So if it's starred, you have to put information in there to create the permit. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to look at the permit type. You have all types of permits here: building, gas, structural, plumbing, electric, mechanical. In this particular instance, we're going to put a generator in. So we'll choose electrical. The permit clerk information will be here. It happens to be me because I'm creating the permit. The last person who touches the record, their name will be in here. So if you select edit and you update the record, it will show your name in here. Permit number, there is no permit number. We're creating this brand new. There isn't a permit yet. So we're going to put pending in there. Pending is just like a placeholder that allows you to say, hey, once I have this, I'll come in and edit it and put the record in there. In this particular case, project reference number. So this is something that you can use to search by if you need to. In this case, I'm just going to put the last name of the client in here so that we can search via that if we needed to. You could put any type of number in here, though. It could be your own job reference number. It could be like 1, 2, 3, 4. Shove her back. There we go. So you can see I've created everything inside of this general information tab. The date is the default date for now, which is excellent. All right, so now we're going to move into job information. And in job information, there's a lot of things going on here. So let's just take a look at everything. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to put in the job address. So you see right off the bat, the Google map has already tagged the property so that we know where it is. Parcel ID is very important. You can find that at the property appraiser's website because many of the forms that are created require this number. And it's right there in the property appraiser's records for this property. So try to complete this if you can. You don't have to have it. It's not starred. You see the starred information is right in here. So that's the only required information that you have to put in. But this is a very important piece of information. Construction type, if you know it, okay. The present use and proposed use. That's information for a change of use. So we're not required to fill this out. And in this instance, we don't need them. And so we're not going to put anything in there. The work description is a required field. So, just something simple. We're going to put a new generator installation. And so in this particular case, it's going to be new. So these represent different types of construction and permits, like if you're doing an addition, repair, alteration. In this case, because it's an existing structure, we're going to put this in as an alteration. So the next thing that's in this box is attach plans and attach files. And so, maybe at this point in time, you don't have your plans or you don't have your files. So we're going to go ahead and skip that. Well, let's go ahead and put one piece in here. So I click on attach plans and I'm going to go here and let's take a look at what we have. So we have, let's put the survey in. I have the survey, so I'm going to put that in there. I have, let's go under files, and I have the application. I'm going to put that in there. I'm also going to attach under files, so you have two choices, plans and files. I'm going to put the this to building official if it's in here. I don't see it in here yet. So I'm not going to put that in. So let's just stop right there for now. So I've added these in, but they haven't been completed yet. It won't upload those files until you click save, which is all the way down at the bottom. So when you click save permit, it's going to upload these files. And so it'll take a little bit of time. So, and if you have a lot of files, it takes longer. It's just like any file upload. So for now, let's leave it like that. Now we're going to come down here and we're going to continue with our property information, section 2. In this case, we'll put Jared in here. This is just a demo case, so it's I'm just using somebody that works with the company. So these are the required fields. The property owner's name, phone, and email. You can see the stars. But I want to encourage you always to fill all the information in, because this information carries into reports. And it's important. It's important to have this information, and so the reports fill out completely. Okay, so this section's complete. Now we're going to move on to the next section, which is the contractor information. Now this part is very important because this is going to be the person who's going to get notifications as things happen to the record. And so it could be different at different times. You can change it. So in the beginning, you might want it to be your permit tech. And then later on, you might want it to be someone else. So, you could change it to an installer whenever it comes time for inspections and so forth. So this field changes, and it's kind of smart because it reads and interprets and allows you to add new people in here as you develop your listing. So in this case, we're going to go to Utterback Construction, and we're going to choose we'll choose Jared in this case, and see it's already stored his information in here. The company address is going to be and so once again, you want to put this information in there so that it completely fills out forms when this information is required. And sometimes it'll default, and sometimes if you put it in the beginning, it saves it and it'll default the info in there. So that's the goal, is to create this. Owner builder, you would only check that if this was being done by the owner. So in this instance, we're not going to worry about that. Here we go. So section 3 is now complete. And another thing too is you want to make sure that we know that this is the person who's going to perform the inspection. The owner will not be performing the inspection. This will be the person who will perform the inspection, whether this is a tech or anyone else beyond. And now at this point in time, we haven't saved the record. So all this information is sitting in here, but it's not saved. So let's move on. Let's continue moving on. We're almost done. The architect engineer information. So if you were doing a complex project and there were architects or engineers on here, you could add them in here. So it would provide a contact number and email address. You don't have to put anything in there. They're not performing the inspection. It's just going to allow the reviewers and the inspectors to have direct communication with the architect and engineer if needed. So next we'll move on down to activities type. So if we were going to put in the plan review, for example, we would put in plan review, and then we could assign it to someone. We'll assign it to me. So if you were going to put in the plan review, you could fill this information in and put that person in there, but you don't have to. It could be nothing. So you don't have to put anything in there at this time. To create it, but let's go ahead and create the plan review activity. So, but you don't have to put anything in this section to create the record. So we're saying we're going to do a plan review on this, and that it's going to be assigned to me. So there you go. We've completed everything. We've added some documents in, and now we're going to hit Save Permit. So you can see the wheel. It's completing some activities right now. There we go. Now it's completed. It's completed the add permit. So let's take a look. Right here it is. You see it's pending. It's been put in by date. So there you go. So let's just take a look at the search bar and let's just put in 1317. It's searching right now. So here you go. We have a lot of different things, but there's the pending record. There's other ones in there, but we could click on that and it would take us right into our record, and you can see 123 dash. So it's searching everything that matches that criteria. You can come down and you can see we've attached a survey. So you can click on it and you have a view button, and you can also zoom in on it. There you go. So you can click on it. You could also click download, and it's going to download the file to your computer, which you could view. So I'm going to close that, and I'm going to go back. And so you notice I'm clicking outside of the view window to take that off. So we can just take a quick peek at the application. And, it's the same features. So you have download direct right here. So you have a download direct. You have the name of the file, and you can download it. And so as we added more information to the record, you would have more files in here. And so let's just continue taking a peek here. You have the property owner. You have the contractor who's going to complete the inspection. And then as you move down, there's nothing in the architect and engineer. And here's the activity. So if this were resulted, or if you wanted to read notes or anything on it, you could simply click on view. And there it is. It's the information related to inside of the inspection or whatever that activity is. You would have information or notes or anything like that in there. So that's the complete record at this point in time. So the next thing that we're going to look at is editing the permit. And you can see the choice right here. It says edit the permit. So let's go back from the top. Here we go. We're looking at our record right here. And we're going to go in and we're going to say view. And now we're going to say edit. We're going to edit this permit. Now, once you've opened up editing, it allows you to edit anything. Like I can come in here now and I could put a record number in here. So I could go 2021 dash. There we go. So I could say now I have a new permit record, and then I could scroll down to the bottom and hit save. And now look, the permit number's been updated and it stays in the record. There it is with the new permit number. So I'm going back into the record again. I'm saying edit. I'm going to come down here and I'm going to attach more plans. So I click on attach plans. I've got a riser diagram, load calcs, a couple of transfer switches, a couple of manuals, and the slab detail. Let's take this one out. Because I've already uploaded it. There we go. I'm going to upload these files into the plans now. So it's multi-select, and you just say open, and there they are. Now it's ready to upload these records into the plans. And if I come down now and I say save permit, it's going to take a minute because there's quite a few records that are being processed right now. You can see it's a lot of data that's being uploaded. So you're just going to be patient and wait for it to complete. There we go. All the records were uploaded. You can see they're all inside of the system. Same thing with files that you need to attach. Notice of commencement Anything that's coming along in here, there'll be inspection reports in here if they're required. Plan review, plans compliance affidavit would be in here. Documents that need to be uploaded to the municipality to complete the process. But you can see all of these items have been uploaded into the record. When the plan review is complete, these files would be stamped with our certificate stating that the plan review was completed on such and such a date. So as we move into the property information, all of this is still the same. Nothing's changed on any of this. The record's been saved. It's complete. So now we go back to view permit. And you can see here's our record. And we go in and we say view permit. And so we've created it. We've added documents. You can download them. You can delete them if you go in and you say edit permit. You can choose to delete documents in your record by selecting the little trash can, and it'll remove them from the record. So in this case, we're not going to do that. So that completes the tutorial of the basic function of creating a permit.